As rockets continue to fall on Israeli towns and cities, leaders across the Muslim world are making their voices heard in condemnation of Israel's airstrikes against strategic Hamas targets. Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi withdrew their ambassador to Israel, saying he rejected Israeli aggression and treatment of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. An Egyptian delegation led by Egyptian Prime Minister Hashem Kandil is due to visit Gaza on Friday to show solidarity with the Palestinian people. The high-level entourage could force Israel to pause its airstrikes against Gaza militant installations if members of the delegations put themselves in the line of fire. Hamas says Tunisia will also be sending a delegation to the embattled territory to show support. The foreign minister for Qatar, meanwhile, condemned the Israeli airstrikes, calling them a filthy crime which should not go unpunished. Qatar's Emir Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani only just visited Gaza last month, marking the first time a head of state has visited the enclave since Hamas came to power. In neighboring Lebanon, Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of the Islamist militant group Hezbollah, has called on Arabs to put pressure on the United States and the international community to stop attacks on Gaza. Crowds gathered to hear him speak, and a protest was later held in front of Beirut's UN headquarters. Protests over Israel's airstrikes also erupted in Ramallah, where those in the West Bank showed their support for their fellow Palestinians, and in Egypt, with protesters in Cairo and Alexandria burning the Israeli flag. In Paris, Muslim immigrants and pro-Hamas supporters took to the streets to protest the escalating violence in the region, and more protests supportive of Gaza are likely over the coming days as Israel's response to the rocket attacks continues. The president of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, who was in neighboring Switzerland, has decided to cut short his European tour as a result of the recent step-up in violence and return to the West Bank to monitor the situation. Abbas condemned the killing of civilians on both sides of the conflict, but also called on Hamas to stop rocket attacks against Israel.